Today, we're diving into something that might feel intimidating at first, but I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll feel confident about buying your very first fractional share of a Bitcoin ETF. Yes, Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency that has captured headlines, sparked debates, and even made millionaires overnight. But here's the thing. You don't need to buy an entire Bitcoin to get started. In fact, fractional shares let you own a tiny piece of this digital gold, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
Hi there. Before we dive in, please take a moment to read the full disclaimer on the screen.
Now, before we jump in, think about this. What if you could invest in Bitcoin without worrying about the price of a full coin? Bitcoin has been known to hit tens of thousands of dollars per coin. Not everyone has the budget for that, right? But with fractional shares, you can start small, even with as little as $10, and grow from there. And here's a challenge for you. What would your first investment in a fractional Bitcoin share look like? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. I'm really curious to know what your starting number would be. So let's break this down. First, let's talk about what a Bitcoin ETF is. ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. Think of it like a basket that holds Bitcoin. When you buy a share of a Bitcoin ETF, you're essentially buying a piece of that basket, not the Bitcoin itself. This makes investing much easier and safer for beginners because you don't need a digital wallet or worry about securing Bitcoin yourself. You're getting exposure to Bitcoin's price movements without the tech headaches. It's like dipping your toes into the ocean without actually jumping in completely. But here's where it gets even better. Fractional shares. This concept is a game changer, especially for high-priced assets like Bitcoin. Fractional shares allow you to buy just a part of a share. So if one full share of a Bitcoin ETF costs $500 and you only have $50 to invest, you can still own 10% of a share. Pretty cool, right? And it opens up the doors for anyone who wants to start investing, no matter their budget. Now, you might be wondering, where do I even start? Don't worry, we're going step by step. Step 1 is choosing a brokerage platform. There are plenty of apps out there like Robinhood, Fidelity, Schwab, and a few others that allow fractional share investing. The important thing is to pick one that you trust, that has low fees, and is beginner-friendly. A big mistake people make is rushing to buy without checking the platform's fees or usability. Do you usually research tools before investing? Or do you prefer to dive right in? Drop your answer below. I'd love to see how everyone approaches this. Once you've chosen a platform, step 2 is creating your account. This is straightforward, but make sure you verify your identity. Most platforms will ask for basic info like your name, address, and social security number if you're in the US. They do this to comply with financial regulations. It may feel like extra work, but it's crucial for your safety. Think of it like setting up a secure front door before inviting guests inside. Step 3 is funding your account. This part is easy. Most platforms let you link your bank account and transfer money. Start small. You don't need to pour in thousands. A $10 or $20 start is perfect for a first-time investor. The key is consistency. Even small investments over time can grow significantly due to compounding. Ask yourself, if you started investing just $10 a week for a year, how much could that add up to? Type your answer in the comments. Let's see who's thinking big versus starting small. Step 4, and this is where the fun begins, is actually buying your fractional share. On your brokerage app, search for a Bitcoin ETF. Popular ETFs often have Bitcoin or BTC in their name. Once you find it, select the amount you want to invest. Remember, this is fractional, so you can pick an amount that fits your budget. Double-check your numbers, because once you hit buy, your investment is live. Here's a tip. Set a target. Decide if you want to buy a little each week, month, or just start with a one-time investment. Consistency often beats trying to time the market perfectly. At this point, a lot of people start to worry, what if Bitcoin crashes tomorrow? That's natural. The truth is, Bitcoin is volatile. Its price can swing dramatically in a short period, but that's also what makes it exciting for many investors. One strategy is to focus on the long term. Instead of worrying about daily price changes, think about where Bitcoin could be in 5 to 10 years. This mindset can prevent panic selling and help you stay invested through ups and downs. Here's a question for you. Would you rather invest a small amount steadily over time or put a lump sum in all at once? Type your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious about your approach. It's fascinating to see how different strategies can work for different personalities. Another tip to keep in mind is diversification. Even though Bitcoin is exciting, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Think about investing in other assets alongside your Bitcoin ETF. This could include stocks, bonds, or other ETFs. The goal is to balance risk while still having the potential for growth. By spreading your investments, you protect yourself from volatility while keeping the potential for gains. Now, let's talk about the mental side of investing. Buying your first fractional share can be exhilarating and a little scary. You might feel nervous about putting money in something new. That's totally normal. Celebrate the small wins. Even investing $10 is a big step. This is how habits form and confidence grows. Remember, the key to long-term investing isn't how much you start with. It's that you start. I want to pause here for a quick moment. If you're enjoying this content and finding it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you know who's curious about Bitcoin but doesn't know where to start. It really helps the channel grow and brings more people into these conversations. Let's recap quickly. Buying your first fractional share of a Bitcoin ETF involves picking a trustworthy brokerage, setting up and funding your account, choosing how much to invest, and finally, executing the buy. Once you own that fractional share, you're officially part of the Bitcoin world, even if it's just a small piece. Over time, your investment can grow along with the market. Here's another thought-provoking question for you. If you could invest in just one cryptocurrency or ETF for the next 10 years, would you stick with Bitcoin, or would you explore other options? Write your answer in the comments. I want to see the variety of strategies and perspectives. Finally, always remember, investing isn't a race. It's a journey. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Even a small fractional share today could turn into a meaningful part of your portfolio in the future. Take it one step at a time, educate yourself along the way, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Every expert was once a beginner, too. So here's your action plan for today. Open that brokerage account, fund it, and take that first step by buying a fractional share. It doesn't matter how much you start with. The key is starting. And remember, your journey is unique to you. Track your progress, celebrate milestones, and keep learning. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this video. I hope you feel empowered to take your first step into the world of Bitcoin ETFs. Don't forget to comment below with your investment approach, your first fractional share amount, or your thoughts on whether you'd invest steadily or lump sum. And if you liked this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and share for more amazing content that simplifies investing for beginners. Investing is a skill, and just like any skill, it gets easier and more rewarding the more you practice. So go ahead, take your first step, and remember, it's not about how much you start with, it's about starting at all. See you in the next video, and until then, happy investing.